Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Dutching channel. I'm going to start today with the selections for Southwell and Fontwell only, and then we will do Newcastle a bit later. And the reason for that is because of the liquidity which is in Betfair is not great at the moment. So we're going to start with Southwell and Fontwell, both over the jumps today. 7 races at Southwell, 6 races at Fontwell, and we will start with Southwell. The 155 here, and 7 go to post. No non-runners at the moment. And the first thing we normally do is go into the spreadsheet. You can see we've got 7 runners here, and the first horse we're going to look at is Samurai 1. Now, I don't know if any of you watched the last video I'd done on the 3 meetings today, but I put it on there last night and I used the high street bookmakers. So William Hill's, 365, all of these that give, basically not all high street bookmakers, but all that do normal prices. So I put that on last night, so I don't know if any of you have done them and taken the SP up front, as it were. But we're going to look at Betfair, and we're going to go into the first race, the 155. And Southwell and Samurai 1 is trading at 2.3. The over-round figure is 104.2. Need that to come down about 2.5%. But 2.3 is the show at the moment for Samurai 1. This means our stake of £43.48 will return us £100 and takes a big chunk of our money. Now our second selection is Tiny Tantrum, and Tiny Tantrum is down 3/4 of the way down. This is trading currently at 10. And the time at the moment is 10 to 11 in the morning of the 18th, Monday. So it's well before racing starts, just to let you know that I do proof everything on here way before the off. So when I come back with the results show and you see the profit or loss figure, you know it's down to those selections that I've given prior to the off. So Tiny Tantrum there, trading at 10. Need a stake of £10, but we haven't got that much left. We've got £6.52, and that means we can only stake £50 in a race. If you've been watching most of these videos, you'll know that I try to go out to win, or not win, but get back £100 to a £50 stake. That £50 stake can be spread over all the horses. It's got to be able to return £100. Now, always the last selection that we back, 9 times out of 10, is never to the right money because we can only use a set amount. So whatever it is here, as you can see, the SP is 10, the stake is £6.52, so that will return £65 roughly. Right, so that £65 still would be a little bit of a profit. It's a cover bet for the favourite, which is Samurai 1, and if that won, it would return £100. And again, when you're using the exchange bookmakers, remember they will charge a fee or commission, and the way that works, if Samurai 1 came first, you would receive £100. 50 of that has gone on your 2 horses. So the profit after that would still be £50, but then the bookmaker would take up to 5% from the winning part of that bet only. So they would take £2.50. So just remember that when you're betting. And that's the first race. Then we'll move to the second race at Southwell. And this will be the 225. 225, all 4 go to post. And our selection here is Great Samurai. So there's a nice double, Samurai 1 and Great Samurai. We'll go back into Betfair, bring that down to the next race at Southwell, and we'll see that Great Samurai is trading at 2.8, and the over round is not too bad at 102.6. It's got to come down a little bit. So 2.8 is the trade at the moment for Great Samurai. This requires a stake of £35.71 to return £100. And our second selection will be Post No Bills. And Post No Bills is currently third in. This is trading at 11. So we would need a stake of £9.09 to return £100. And we've staked 44.81. That leaves us £5.19. We can't go over that on the third selection, which is Fiston de Beacon. Currently favourite, trading about even money at 2.02. And as I said, it would be nice to put £46 on to get 100 back, but we can only put £5.19. And that will show you there that we've staked £50. If either Great Samurai or Post No Bills were to win, we would return £100. And getting the calculator out for Piston de Beacon, 2.02, which is not far off even money, times 5.19, will receive £10. So it's not even a cover bet, but to get £10, I'd rather have that than absolutely nothing and not backing it at all. So that is the second race, the 225. Now we'll go into the third race, which is the 3 o'clock. And the 3 o'clock, let's have a look at this runner here. And you can see it's got no form next to it, no good for us. Just a straight line through the 3 o'clock. There will not be a bet in that race. Then we'll move on to the 3:30 there. We've got the same again. We've got a horse here. No form at all. And again, there won't be a bet in the 3:30. Don't think, oh, yeah, I need a bet, I need a bet. There's enough betting races throughout the whole day. So to miss a couple there is no worries. Then we'll move into the Southwell 4 o'clock. Only 4 go to post here. There's a lack of runners again today in a lot of these races. And we'll click on our 4 o'clock, and our number 1 here is Ruler of the River, which I don't know if you've seen anything that I've posted today, like the lay bets or the value bets. And this one would have been my second best bet of the day. This is Ruler of the River. So let's go into Southwell. We need to scroll down a bit here because it's the 4 o'clock race. And Ruler of the River currently now moving out of favouritism. It's 3.05, so just over 2 to 1. And the stakes here would be £32.79 to return £100. And our Pink Lady is currently trading at 2.86. The over round figure is perfect, 101.3. So if anyone was going to have a bet in this, and now look at that, it's even better still. This would be the time to have a bet in the race. 2.86 for my pink, or our Pink Lady. Can't get the £34.97 on. We can only get £17.21 to bring our stake to £50. So out comes the calculator again. and we'll go SP of 2.86 times £17.21. And you can see that returns basically our stake back. There's a £49 to come back if our Pink Lady wins. So we basically got Ruler of the River running on a free bet if our Pink Lady does win. But if Ruler of the River wins, we will receive £100 return and that elusive £50 profit. So as I say, our Pink Lady, if that was to win, at least the money comes back. And we've got 2 running for us there. And in now to the 4:30 at Southwell. Just 6 go to post. And our top selection is Kian. So let's go on to Betfair, scroll down to the 4:30 at Southwell. And Kian here is trading at 10. So a bit of an outsider. That will need a stake of £10 to return £100. And our second selection is Flying Fortune. Flying Fortune is the favourite at the moment, and this is trading at 2.92. Would require stakes of £34.25. That means we've now staked £44.25 and we've got £5.75 left in the kitty. And our third selection is Hostile Hotelier. And this is currently the second favourite at 4.2. And they've asked us to put £23.81. Well, I've already said we've only got £5.75 in the kitty, and that's our maximum stake on the last selection. And the calculator out for that last bit, we've got 4.2 as the SP times 5.75 or £5.75. So if our third selection would to win, that's Hostile Hotelier, it would give us back half of the stake money. But also we would have 2 running for us with £100 returns, which would be Kian and Flying Fortune. And we'll go into their last race now, which is the 5 o'clock. And there's only 6 again for this race. We'll click on our 5 o'clock. And we'll see that I'm on my way is our number 1 selection. We'll go into Betfair for the Southwell final race. 5 o'clock. I'm on my way, currently trading at 3.65 second favourite. The over-round is a little bit high. Not sure if I looked at the over-round in the race previous. Yeah, that's got to come down a little bit, not a lot. So it's quite a good time to be doing these, right, other than the night before, because we don't learn anything. So anyway, I'm on my way here, currently 3.65. So that would require £27.40 to return £100. And our second selection is Camilla's Choice. And Camilla's Choice is the outsider. That's trading at 34 currently. And £2.94 stakes would return £100. And our third selection is Innisfree Lass, which is the favourite at 2.94. And we're not going to be able to afford £34 and a penny. We've got left £19.66. So that will go on our final selection. Bring the calculator up again for Innisfree Lass. and we'll see the price is 2.94, and we're going to times that by our stake of 1966, a good year for England, and that's going to return us £57. So we've staked 50, so this one will be used as a cover bet. You'll get your money back. You've got 3 running for you, and the other 2 that are going to return £100 would be I'm on my way or Camilla's choice. So that's the Southwell card done. I will do a recap of both these cards together at the same time. So the other meeting this afternoon we're going to cover is Fontwell, and there's 6 races there, 213 to 448. And we're going to start with the 213, where 10 go to post for a maiden hurdle. And there we go, there's the 10. And our number 1 selection here would be all authorised. So back into Betfair, we'll go back to the first race there at Fontwell, and all authorised is 1.38. So that tells us straight away that there's only going to be one bet in that race for £50, and that £50 we need to times by 1.38, and that would return us £69 and a profit of £19. I do advise people to do these odds-on favourites if they're given, because more do win than lose. But there has to be a cut-off, I think, on the SP. When you look back in Cheltenham last week, and El Fabiolo went off about 2 to 9, I think it was. So you have to be thinking, is it worth me doing it at all? So you can put a line through races like that, anything that's odds on, but I think you'll find that more of these £150 stake runners will win you over a period. Moving into the second race at Fontwell, this is the 245. There is a non-runner there, and only 4 go to post. So if anybody's done each way terms on that this afternoon, you know now with 4 runners that will be a win-only market. And the non-runner here will be Mumbo Jumbo. And that was our outsider anyway. So that's that done. Now our top selection here is not just our top selection. This is our shortest priced runner of the day. So we're going to go into Betfair now, and we want to look at Max Dynamo. So this would be our nap of the day, if you like, but even though I've posted something about naps and next bests, it's not for me. It isn't for me, but if you want something like 2 selections per day, you had the one earlier, and now you'd have Max Dynamo, which is in the 245. And Max Dynamo is currently trading at 7.8. So if you were following the nap and the next best in, if you were going to back this, again, use the stake, which is £12.82 to return £100. Don't just think every time I get a nap or a next best, I'll just throw £50 on it, or £20 or a tenner. Don't do level stakes, because my nap one day last week was Korak Rambler. I know you can say, well, if it's going to be that price, I can do it each way or place only. But for £20, the price was 20.7 on Betfair. It meant I only had to have £4.83 on it. The chances are it wasn't going to win anyway, but it rallied. It rallied, so it wasn't as if it was out of the race totally. And I thought it ran quite a good race. So Those type of ones I would still only do win, because that's me. I don't do places, each ways, nothing else, just straight win. But I always do it to win a set amount. So today, max dynamo 7.8. There's only 4 runners, so it has a chance, but it also could be tailed off full. Anything could happen. So just that £12.82 to return £100 would be your stake if you were just going to do that one today, which would be the nap. Then our second selection here would be Dr. Kananga. And Dr. Kananga is second in, and that's trading at 3.05. And 3.05 would require stakes of £32.79 to return £100. And we've now staked £45.61, leaving us £4.39. And our third selection is Tip Top Mountain, which is showing at 6.2. So out of those 4 horses, we haven't managed to put the favourite in. And that's what I like about this system I use. Nobody can email me back and go, oh, you keep picking a favourites, because I listen to enough radio broadcasts with pundits on there, and they'll come out and they'll go, oh, you've had another winner there, you've done well, 20-1 on, that's your third winner on the trot. That isn't me. So whatever horse I give regardless of whatever price it is. Of course I give favourites, it's natural, because there's a reason why they're favourite. So after there, we said we had £4.39 left. So that will go on Tip Top Mountain. So out comes the calculator. Tip Top Mountain is going to be your price at 6.2 times the £4.39. And that will recover £27. So again, you'll get half your stake money back if Tip Top Mountain was to win. But you've got 2 running for you, and these are Max Dynamo and Dr. Kananga. Either one of those would return £100. Moving into the 318, another small field, I say most of these today are all small fields. The 318, 6 go to the post there as well. And let's go back into our sheet, where the 6 there are led by Only Fools. So Only Fools. Let's go into Betfair. And Only Fools is currently the favourite there. I'm just talking about favourites. 3.85. The over round is 104.9. That needs to come down. I think we forgot the over round again in the last race, which was 102. So a little bit down there. Not a lot though. So Only Fools, 3.85. That would require a stake of £25.97. Then we're going to our second selection, which is Sailing Grace. And Sailing Grace currently 5.4. That would require a stake of £18.52 to return £100. And that means we've laid out £44.49. And Lunar Run would be the third selection. And Lunar Run is currently 7.2 on the exchange. And we know we're not going to be able to afford the stake. So we got £5.51 left. And that £5.51 would be the maximum amount we could have. And that's £50 stake. So the calculator again for Lunar Run, odds of 7.2 times the £5.51 would return us nearly £40. So I would be happy to get nearly £40 back rather than not betting on it. And the two we've got to return £100 would be Only Fools and Sailing Grace. Then we need to move into the next race there, the 348. Again, it's a win-only race, only 4 go to post. And back into my sheet. And I've got Mumbles. And I'll do quite a lot of that. Right, we've got Mumbles there as the top selection. Go back into Betfair. Open up the page. And Mumbles, again, is the favourite. 103 is the over round. There needs more liquidity in this. And 305 is currently the price. And the stake of £32.79 would return £100. Our second selection, and Sangiovese, I'm not sure how you pronounce this one, I had problems last night, is currently trading the second favourite at 3.3, and we can't have that much on it. We've only got left £17.21, so that would be our stake for our second selection. So Sangiovese, if we call it that anyway, is currently trading at 3.3, and £17.21 would be your stake on that one. That would return £56, so that would be a cover bet. So at least you got 2 running for your money. And if Mumbles was to win it, you would return £100. And that was the 348. We've got 2 more races left. The 418, we've got 5 runners that go to post here. And we make our top selection Idealco. And Idealco on Betfair is currently trading as the outsider there at 9.2. The over round is 102.9. You'll need at least a 1% to come off there. So 9.2 is Idealco. And the stakes there is £10.87 to return £100. Our second selection, the Scorpion King, is currently trading second favourite at, just went 4.4 as I hovered. So 4.4, that requires £22.73 to return £100. And our third selection is Mr. Mercan. Mr. Mercan is the favourite, and that is trading at 3.3. We won't be able to afford £30 on this one. We'd staked £33.60 on the first 2, leaving £16.40. There we go. There's £50 staked here. We need the calculator. 3.3 is the price for Mr. Mercan, and times that by £16.40. And yet again, we're going to have that as a cover bet, £54 return. And the first 2 selections, Idealco and the Scorpion King, they'll be both running for £100 return. And the last race, and it's the last race I'm going to be doing for now. I will come back this afternoon with the other card on the all-weather. And the 448, as 5 go to post here. And our top selection is Hello Sunshine. So we go back into Betfair, into Fontwell, and Hello Sunshine is 4th in at 12. So the SP of 12 requires £8.33 stakes to return £100. Our second selection is Bellamy's Grey, which is the outsider here, trading at 29, and would require a stake of £3.45 to return £100. And our third selection, and I had problems with this yesterday, I don't know if it's TWP Story or TWP Story, but I'm going to go for TWP for now. It's actually nothing like that. And that's going to be our favourite at 2.16. So in the first two horses that we've backed, we've laid £11.78. We've got £38.22. So that's what we're going to put on TWP Story. And that's our £50 stakes. So on TWP Story, we've got the price of 2.16. We will times that by our stake of £38.22, and that will return £82, which is perfect. It's still a profit. And the other two we've got running to return £100 are Hello Sunshine and Bellamy's Grey. So that's the final race of this afternoon in the two meetings, which are both over the jumps. So a quick recap: Southwell 155, top selection running for £100 is Samurai 1, with the rest of the money on Tiny Tantrum. Into the 225 at Southwell, we've got Great Samurai and Post No Bills to return £100, and Fiston de Beacon with the rest of the money. The 3 o'clock at Southwell and the 3:30 are both no betting races because there's horses that haven't seen a race course. Into the 4 o'clock, Ruler of the River, which is our next best. That is a horse that will return £100, and the rest of the money would be on Our Pink Lady. Into the 4:30 at Southwell, we've got Kian and Flying Fortune to return £100, and Hostile Hotelier will take the rest of the money. Into the 5 o'clock at Southwell, I'm On My Way and Camilla's Choice, both for £100 return, and Innisfree Lass will take the rest of the money. Into the first race at Fontwell, the 2:13. All authorised as the only bet with £50 will only return 69. The 2:45 at Fontwell, this is the nap of the day, Max Dynamo and Dr. Kananga, both to return £100, and Tip Top Mountain will return the rest. The 3:18 at Fontwell, Only Fools and Sailing Grace will return £100, and Luna Run will return the rest. Fontwell 3:48, Mumbles will return £100, Sangiovese will return the rest. Idealco in the 4:18 and the Scorpion King will return £100, and Mr. Merchant will have the rest of the money. And the last race will be the 4:48, Hello Sunshine, Bellamy's Grey will return £100, and TWP Story will return, I think it was 82. So that's the two meetings this afternoon. And as I say, if you are going to just say, well, I'll just try these two horses out, don't expect them to win, don't expect anything in gambling. But over a one-day period, you can get lucky, you can get very unlucky. I've continued this since I started, and I'm showing a profit on the Naps and Next Best. You can go and look at the other video. I've only done that for the last 4 days. It's a bit drawn out, actually. You can actually forward quite a lot of it. But it is still making a profit. Also making a profit is the value betting, if you want to have a look at the video on that. And also the other one that's showing quite a big profit is the lay bets. Now, not everyone understands lay bets. I've done my best to explain it on there. But again, this isn't just over one day's betting, this is a period of time. So once we get to the end of this month, I will cut off what our profit loss figure would have been since the 6th of March. That's the first day that I started and proved everything on YouTube way before the racing started. So other than that, that's all the bets for this afternoon. So good luck with that, and I'll be back with, just have a look. Yeah, and I'll be back later on this afternoon with Newcastle all-weather, 7 races. That's sort of a twilight stroke evening card. 5:30 start, 8:30 finish. And as for the download of the races, about 10 minutes after they finished, going to do the Curragh. I like to make sure that everyone gets something out of it, not just the UK racing that I do. So I will cover the 8 races at the Curragh. And don't forget, it's the first day of the flat season in Ireland with some big fields there. And maybe I'll cover Newcastle all-weather tonight, so we can see those races 10 minutes after as well. I'll space that out today. But as I say, good luck, and I'll catch you later on.